A young boy is carrying a power inside his body that could one day destroy everything around him, but there is only one person who knows how to control that power: his grandfather. The boy's name is Jiang Chulan. His grandfather, Jiang Shilin, is the only family Jiang Chulan has ever known. More importantly, his grandfather knows the secret behind the strange energy hidden inside the boy's body. For years, Jiang Shilin secretly trains him and teaches him how to control this power, but he also gives him one very important warning: never use your power against normal people. Jiang Chulan doesn't fully understand why his grandfather is so strict about this. Then one night, everything changes. Jiang Chulan returns home and finds his grandfather lying outside the house, covered in blood. He rushes toward him, hoping he can still save him, but his grandfather is already dying. Jiang Chulan doesn't get an explanation. He doesn't even get a final goodbye. His grandfather dies right in front of him, leaving Jiang Chulan completely alone. And without knowing it, that moment is the beginning of a much bigger story. Years later, Jiang Chulan is no longer a young boy. He's now a university student, but life isn't exactly going well for him. He's broke, has no powerful family behind him, and spends most of his time trying to survive like an ordinary student. At a university event, something funny happens. The crowd suddenly becomes excited, and Jiang Chulan thinks they're cheering for him. For a moment, he actually feels like a celebrity. He enjoys the attention and lets himself believe that everyone has finally noticed him. But then the real celebrity guest arrives, and just like that, Jiang Chulan is pushed aside. He goes right back to being nobody, the guy people send to do small jobs, the guy nobody notices, the guy nobody even remembers. But that ordinary life doesn't last long. One day, Jiang Chulan receives a phone call that changes everything. Someone has broken into his grandfather's grave, and even worse, his grandfather's body is gone. Jiang Chulan can't believe what he's hearing. After all these years, his grandfather's grave was the only connection he still had to his family. Now even that has been taken away. So he immediately rushes to the old family graveyard to find out what happened. And when he gets there, he discovers that the news is true. The grave has been opened, and his grandfather's corpse is nowhere to be found. But Jiang Chulan is about to discover something far stranger than grave robbery. While Jiang Chulan is trying to understand what happened, a strange girl suddenly appears. Her name is Feng Bao Bao, and before Jiang Chulan can even figure out who she is, she calmly tells him something unbelievable. She claims that she's his sister. Jiang Chulan is completely confused. He has never heard of her before. But before he can ask any questions, Feng Bao Bao suddenly disappears. That should have been strange enough. But later that night, Jiang Chulan witnesses something that completely destroys everything he thought he knew about the world. Feng Bao Bao suddenly drops from the sky, and she's carrying a huge shovel. But the real shock isn't the shovel, it's what she does with it. Monsters suddenly appear around her, creatures that shouldn't even exist. Jiang Chulan watches in horror as Feng Bao Bao attacks them without showing the slightest bit of fear. She swings the shovel once and the monster is gone. Then she attacks another one. Again, one simple swing is enough to take it down. To Jiang Chulan, this looks completely impossible, but Feng Bao Bao acts like killing these monsters is just another normal day for her. Then she notices Jiang Chulan watching everything. Instead of explaining what's happening, she simply decides to deal with him. And before Jiang Chulan can react, she throws him into a hole. Jiang Chulan is terrified. He has no idea who this woman is, what those monsters were, or why someone who claims to be his sister can fight creatures like that. But at the same time, he can't look away. For the first time, Jiang Chulan realizes that there is a hidden world existing right beside his normal life. A world filled with strange people, supernatural powers, and creatures he never knew were real. And somehow, he's connected to it. Soon, a mysterious man named Shusan learns that Jiang Chulan survived the encounter. That immediately catches his attention. Shusan starts to suspect that Jiang Chulan isn't really the ordinary university student he pretends to be. There must be something special about him, something he's hiding. And Shusan decides the best way to keep an eye on Jiang Chulan is to put someone beside him. So he makes a very unusual decision. Feng Bao Bao is enrolled at Jiang Chulan's university, but she's not there to make friends or study. Her real job is to keep an eye on Jiang Chulan, and from now on, she becomes his personal watchdog. The next day, Jiang Chulan approaches Feng Bao Bao. He wants her help finding his grandfather's missing body, but Feng Bao Bao doesn't seem interested in helping him for free. Instead, she gives him a strange choice. He can become her servant or face the consequences. Jiang Chulan refuses. He doesn't want to become anyone's servant, so he turns around and runs away. But Feng Bao Bao catches him almost instantly. Before Jiang Chulan can do anything, she pulls out her knife and suddenly cuts his shirt open. Jiang Chulan is shocked, but then he realizes why she did it. There is a strange symbol on his body, the The mark looks like it has been burned directly into his skin, and it seems to be connected to the mysterious power inside him. Feng Baobao quickly takes a picture of the mark. Now, she has proof of Jiang Chulan's secret, and she knows exactly how to control him. She simply walks away, leaving Jiang Chulan standing there in front of everyone with his shirt destroyed. He's completely humiliated. But while Jiang Chulan is dealing with this mess, something much more dangerous is happening somewhere else. We finally meet the people who took Jiang Shilin's body. They are a brother and sister pair named Lulang and Shahe, and they didn't steal the old man's body because they wanted revenge. They want the enormous energy hidden inside him. Jiang Shilin wasn't an ordinary old man. His body contains a huge amount of strange power. Lulang and Shahe want to take that power and use it for themselves. But then they discover something unexpected. Jiang Shilin had a grandson, and that grandson is still alive, Jiang Chulan. The moment they hear this, their plan changes. If Jiang Shilin had such powerful energy inside his body, then Jiang Chulan may have inherited some of that power. So now they have another target. They don't just want Jiang Shilin's body anymore. They want Jiang Chulan too. Meanwhile, a strange rumor starts spreading around Jiang Chulan's university. People are talking about the mysterious shirtless guy who appeared during the recent incident. Some students even start treating him like a hero. For Jiang Chulan, this is both embarrassing and exciting. But Feng Baobao has already found a way to make his life even harder. Because she has the picture of the strange mark on his body, she can easily blackmail him. Jiang Chulan has no choice but to follow her orders. From now on, he becomes her personal errand boy. Whenever Feng Baobao needs something, Jiang Chulan has to do it. But then, something happens that completely changes his mood. Jiang Chulan receives a message from a beautiful girl. She claims to be a younger student at the university. And then she asks him to have dinner with her. Jiang Chulan is stunned. He's not used to getting attention from beautiful girls, so he immediately agrees. He doesn't realize that this is exactly what the enemy wants. The girl isn't really a student. She's actually Jiahe, and she's using a fake identity to get close to him. She leads Jiang Chulan away from the university and into a quiet alley. That's when he finally realizes that something is wrong. The alley is filled with monsters. Jiang Chulan has been tricked. The beautiful girl never wanted a date with him. She was simply using him to lead him into a trap. And now he's completely surrounded. At the same time, Feng Baobao and Shusan realize that Jiang Chulan has disappeared. They quickly track him down. But when they arrive, Lulang's people are already attacking him. Their goal isn't just to kill Jiang Chulan. They want something much more valuable. They believe Jiang Chulan's mind contains memories about his grandfather, so they try to break into his mind and pull out those memories. If they can find out what Jiang Shilin knew, they may finally understand how to get the power they want. But before they can finish, Feng Baobao arrives, and she doesn't waste any time. A huge fight breaks out. The attackers try to escape with Jiang Chulan, throwing him into a getaway van. But Feng Baobao isn't letting them take him. The van starts moving. Feng Baobao grabs her weapon and attacks. With one powerful strike, she cuts the entire van in half. The attackers are completely stopped. Seeing Feng Baobao's strength, Lulang realizes that staying there would be too dangerous, so he escapes before she can catch him. But not everyone gets away. Shusan manages to capture the person who helped set up the trap. Now they finally have someone they can question. And this person may know why Jiang Chulan has become such an important target. After everything that happened, Jiang Chulan is taken to a place called Nadong. At first glance, Nadong looks like an ordinary delivery company, but that's only a cover. Behind the scenes, Nadong is actually a secret organization that studies people with supernatural abilities. These abilities come from something called Qi. Qi is a strange form of energy hidden inside certain people, and when someone learns how to control it, they can do things that normal humans could never imagine. For Jiang Chulan, this is the first time someone finally starts explaining the strange power inside his own body. Then he meets the head of the division, Xu Xiang. And Xu Xiang reveals something that shocks him. He actually knew Jiang Chulan's grandfather. But that's not even the biggest surprise. Xu Xiang tells Jiang Chulan that the woman who stole his grandfather's body, Liu Yanyan, is connected to a secret organization called Guangxing. And this organization has been searching for Jiang Chulan's family for many years. Then Jiang Chulan learns another shocking truth. His grandfather wasn't always known as Jiang Shilin. His real name was Jiang Hui. Years ago, Jiang Hui fought against Guangxing and killed dozens of their members. Since then, Guangxing has never stopped looking for him. Now that Jiang Hui is dead, they have turned their attention toward his grandson. Jiang Chulan finally understands that his grandfather's death wasn't some random event. There are people who have been hunting his family for years, and now they are coming after him. Jiang Chulan doesn't run away. Instead, he makes a decision. If these people are responsible for what happened to his grandfather, he's going to fight back. Jiang Chulan decides to join Nadong. His goal is simple. He wants to become stronger and find out the truth about his grandfather. And most importantly, he wants revenge. But Jiang Chulan barely gets a chance to prepare. That same night, another powerful group makes its move. Agents from a powerful clan known as the Tianfu suddenly ambush him. Jiang Chulan is captured and taken away. Their strongest fighter is a woman named Jiang Lingyu. But she isn't interested in simply taking Jiang Chulan prisoner. She wants to know how strong he really is, so she attacks him without warning. Jiang Chulan is caught completely off guard. Jiang Lingyu hits him with incredible force and sends him crashing into a huge boulder. Jiang Chulan struggles to get back up, but he refuses to surrender. He uses everything he has to fight back. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Jiang Lingyu is far stronger than him. She completely overwhelms Jiang Chulan and pins him to the ground using a massive spectral hand. Jiang Chulan can't move. It looks like the fight is already over. Then suddenly Feng Baobao arrives. She can sense that Jiang Chulan is in danger, even from a great distance. But instead of immediately saving him, she tells him something much more important. She tells him to stop holding back. Jiang Chulan remembers something from his childhood. His grandfather had always made him wear a rubber band around his wrist. It wasn't just an ordinary rubber band. For Jiang Chulan, it represented the control his grandfather had placed on his power. His grandfather had spent years teaching him to keep his abilities hidden, but now Jiang Chulan realizes that if he keeps holding back, he will never become strong enough to protect himself. So he makes a decision. He grabs the rubber band and snaps it. The moment it breaks, the power inside his body explodes. White lightning suddenly shoots from his hands. The energy around him becomes so powerful that even Jiang Lingyu is shocked. For the first time, she realizes that Jiang Chulan isn't an ordinary student. He has been hiding an incredible amount of power this entire time. Jiang Chulan attacks again, and this time, the fight becomes much more serious. Both sides unleash powerful techniques, turning the area into a battlefield. Jiang Chulan is finally fighting with everything he has. But before things go too far, Feng Baobao steps in and stops the fight. Jiang Lingyu finally accepts what she has seen. Jiang Chulan really does have powerful abilities. In fact, he may be strong enough to enter the upcoming outsider martial arts tournament on Tianhe Mountain. But this isn't just an ordinary fighting competition. The tournament could help Jiang Chulan discover more about his grandfather's mysterious past. And if he wants answers, he has no choice but to become stronger. The problem is, he only has 48 days to prepare. Feng Baobao immediately starts training Jiang Chulan, but training him isn't as easy as she expected. Jiang Chulan's energy keeps getting out of control at the worst possible moments, and there is one major reason for it. Whenever Feng Baobao is around, Jiang Chulan can't stop looking at her. Instead of focusing on his training, he gets distracted by her. His energy becomes unstable, and his attacks keep going wrong. Feng Baobao gets frustrated, and Jiang Chulan becomes embarrassed and angry with himself. Eventually, he can't take it anymore. He storms away, feeling like a complete failure. That night, Jiang Chulan got drunk. While he's wandering around in that state, a beautiful woman named Fang Xian finds him. She decides to take him somewhere safe. But Jiang Chulan is in for a surprise. The place she takes him isn't some normal home. It's a huge 5-star suite owned by her family, and her family isn't ordinary either. They belong to one of the most powerful Tianfu clans in the country. Soon, Fang Xian's father meets Jiang Chulan, and instead of threatening him, he makes him an offer. He wants Jiang Chulan to join their side, but the offer goes even further. He is willing to let Jiang Chulan become part of the family, even by dating his daughter. Jiang Chulan suddenly finds himself caught between two very different paths. On one side, there is Feng Baobao and the dangerous world surrounding her. On the other hand, there is a powerful family offering him protection and a completely different future. Meanwhile, back at the university, Feng Baobao starts feeling guilty. She believes she pushed Jiang Chulan too hard. She thinks he left because of her. Her friends notice how upset she is and decide to help. They come up with a plan to make Feng Baobao look better and help her win Jiang Chulan back. But before their plan can even work, Feng Baobao decides to handle the problem herself. She goes straight to the enemy's compound, alone. She fights her way through the guards and security, refusing to stop until she reaches Jiang Chulan. When Jiang Chulan finally sees her, he can't believe she came all this way for him, but there is no time to talk. An enemy suddenly attacks Jiang Chulan. Feng Baobao sees it coming. Without thinking twice, she jumps in front of him. The attack hits her directly in the stomach. She takes the hit meant for Jiang Chulan. Feng Baobao collapses into his arms. For the first time, Jiang Chulan sees her covered in blood. He's terrified that she is going to die. As he holds her, something inside him finally changes. He realizes that Feng Baobao isn't just someone who follows him around or forces him to train. He genuinely cares about her. He can't imagine losing her. But then, Feng Baobao surprises him again. Despite taking what looks like a deadly injury, she suddenly reveals an incredible ability. Her body begins healing itself. The wound closes completely. Jiang Chulan is stunned. Feng Baobao is still alive, and now he understands that he can't keep running away from his training. The tournament is coming, and he has a promise to keep. Jiang Chulan decides that he's going to Tianhe Mountain, and this time, he's not going there just for the answers. He's going to win it for Feng Baobao. Finally, the day of the Outsider Martial Arts Tournament arrives. The competition takes place on Tianhe Mountain. There are around 100 fighters, and only one of them will become the champion. Jiang Chulan enters the tournament expecting a tough fight, but he quickly realizes something. Most of the fighters are far stronger than him. If he tries to defeat them using raw power, he won't last long. So Jiang Chulan changed his strategy. Instead of fighting like a traditional martial artist, he starts using his brain. He tricks his opponents. He takes advantage of their mistakes. And sometimes, he wins without even fighting them directly. At one point, Jiang Chulan and Feng Baobao even work together to bury one of the rival contestants alive. It's a brutal and crazy move, but it works. Jiang Chulan keeps advancing through the tournament. However, the crowd isn't impressed. They wanted to see a powerful hero defeat his enemies head-on. Instead, they're watching Jiang Chulan win through tricks and clever plans. The audience starts booing him. They don't see him as a hero. To them, he's just a sneaky fighter who refuses to play fair. But Jiang Chulan doesn't care. He only wants to survive and keep moving forward. And while everyone is focused on the tournament, something much darker is happening somewhere else. Far away from Tianhe Mountain, a Guangxing agent is carrying out a disturbing plan. He secretly turns two brothers against each other. During a private ceremony, the brothers are pushed into a situation where they are forced to fight. One brother eventually kills the other. And what makes the situation even more disturbing is that the surviving brother doesn't show any regret. Instead, the Guangxing member uses the situation to bring him into their group. This makes one thing clear. Guangxing isn't just trying to find Jiang Chulan anymore. They're building an army. And soon, Jiang Chulan is about to learn a truth that will completely change the way he sees Feng Baobao. During one of the tournament matches, something strange happens. Jiang Chulan suddenly connects with a memory from his grandfather's past. At first, he doesn't understand what he's seeing, but then he sees something that leaves him completely frozen. The person standing in front of his grandfather is Feng Baobao. And according to the memory, Feng Baobao killed Jiang Shilin. Jiang Chulan refuses to accept it. It makes no sense. Feng Baobao was only a little girl at the time. She was barely 8 or 9 years old. How could a child possibly defeat someone as powerful as Jiang Shilin? Jiang Chulan knows there has to be another explanation. He needs the truth. So he goes to the one person who might know what really happened, Director Shu. But Director Shu is already dying. Jiang Chulan still demands answers. And finally, Director Shu decides it's time to tell him everything. Many years ago, long before Jiang Chulan was born, a mysterious little girl appeared in a small village. Her name was Awu. She had nowhere to go, so a kind family took her in. For a while, Awu finally had something she had never really known before, a home. She lived happily with the family and became part of their lives, but that peaceful life didn't last. One day, a group of bandits attacked the village. Awu watched as the people who had taken care of her were brutally attacked. Something inside the little girl suddenly snapped, and then she fought back. But what happened next shocked everyone. Awu didn't simply defend herself. She killed every single attacker, and she did it without showing any fear or mercy. That was the moment the villagers realized that this little girl wasn't normal. There was something incredibly powerful inside her. But that wasn't even the strangest thing about Awu. Years began to pass. Everyone around her grew older, but Awu didn't change. She didn't grow up. She didn't get older. She stayed exactly the same. The villagers slowly became frightened of her. They started wondering what kind of person could remain a child forever. The family that had raised her became worried that people would discover her secret, so they made a painful decision. They had to send Awu away. She was left to live by herself, carrying almost nothing with her. The only thing they could give her was a name, Feng Baobao. From that point on, she lived alone for decades. She eventually settled inside an abandoned cave. She didn't age. She didn't need a normal life, and she barely even needed food. Time continued moving forward, but Feng Baobao remained exactly the same. Then, many years later, something unexpected happened. Director Xu found her again. He wasn't meeting her for the first time. He had known Awu when they were both children, but now, after all those years, he found her in a completely different situation. She had been captured by human traffickers. Director Xu rescued her and helped her escape. He also gave her something she had never really had before, a new life and a new identity. But then Director Xu reveals the most important part of the story. Years earlier, when Kuang Xing was hunting Zhang Xilin, they finally found him. He was badly injured and barely alive. But before he died, Zhang Xilin saw Feng Baobao, and he immediately recognized her. Zhang Xilin could have exposed her. He could have told everyone who she really was. But he didn't. Instead, he made Feng Baobao promise him something. He wanted her to protect his grandson, Zhang Chulan. That was Zhang Xilin's final wish. So Feng Baobao didn't kill Zhang Xilin. She wasn't his enemy. She was the person he personally chose to protect his grandson. Zhang Chulan finally understands the truth. The woman he thought had killed his grandfather was actually the person his grandfather trusted the most. Director Xu has one final request before he dies. He asks Zhang Chulan to protect Feng Baobao, and more importantly, he asks him to help her discover the truth about her own identity. Who is Feng Baobao? Where did she come from? And why has she remained young for all these years? Now Zhang Chulan has a new reason to keep moving forward. Back on Tianhe Mountain, the tournament becomes more dangerous with every round. Feng Baobao enters another brutal fight. Her opponent has a powerful ability that can create a huge sonic attack. But instead of simply avoiding it, Feng Baobao does something completely unexpected. She traps the attack inside his own body. The amount of energy she absorbs becomes so great that she can barely control herself. Suddenly, Feng Baobao starts floating into the air. Her body is filled with so much stolen energy that she loses control. Her friends quickly rush to save her before the power completely takes over. But while Feng Baobao is dealing with this problem, another fighter is becoming the biggest threat in the entire tournament. His name is Wang Ye. Wang Ye doesn't look like someone who should be feared, but once he starts fighting, everyone realizes just how powerful he really is. One opponent after another challenges him, and one after another Wang Ye destroys them. He barely seems to struggle. His control is so good that most fighters can't even understand how he's doing it. Then he faces Ziqing, an arrogant fighter who believes he can defeat anyone. But Wang Ye completely destroys that confidence. He defeats Ziqing so badly that the man's pride is shattered. Ziqing becomes obsessed with understanding Wang Ye's power. He wants to know how Wang Ye can control such incredible abilities. His obsession goes so far that he nearly destroys his own mind, trying to unlock the secret. Meanwhile, the tournament reaches its biggest fight. In the semifinals, Zhang Chulan finally comes face to face with Zhang Lingyu. The two fighters have already crossed paths before, but this time, there is no holding back. They both unleash their strongest powers. Lightning fills the battlefield. Zhang Chulan uses his white lightning. Zhang Lingyu answers with her own deadly power. The fight quickly becomes a battle between two completely different forces. The other fighters can barely believe what they're watching. Zhang Chulan pushes himself harder than ever, but Zhang Lingyu is incredibly strong. She keeps attacking until Zhang Chulan is barely able to stand. He starts coughing blood. His body is almost completely exhausted. His vision becomes blurry. For a moment, it looks like he is lost. But then Zhang Chulan remembers his grandfather. He remembers all the lessons Zhang Xilin taught him. He remembers why he started learning to control his power in the first place, and that memory gives him one final push. Zhang Chulan gathers everything he has left. He refuses to give up. With one final attack, he turns the entire fight around. Zhang Lingyu is finally knocked down. Zhang Chulan wins. He is now the champion of the tournament. But when he's offered the prize, he doesn't even care about it. He doesn't want fame. He doesn't want money. He doesn't even want the trophy. The only reason he entered the tournament was to uncover the truth about his grandfather. And now that he's won, he simply walks away. But Zhang Chulan doesn't realize that the tournament isn't really over yet, because the real enemy is about to arrive. At the exact moment the tournament ends, Kuang Xing launches its attack. Their forces suddenly storm Tianhe Mountain. The peaceful tournament turns into complete chaos. Fighters and guards are attacked from every direction, and in the middle of the confusion, Kuang Xing manages to capture Feng Baobao. Zhang Chulan is separated from her as the mountain turns into a battlefield. Everyone is trying to survive, but one of the elders has another reason to fight. A powerful senior blames himself for the brutal death of someone he deeply cared about. Consumed by anger and guilt, he attacks Kuang Xing with everything he has. His power keeps growing, but he pushes himself too far. He loses control of his own mind. Now he isn't just dangerous to Kuang Xing, he's becoming a danger to everyone around him. And while the mountain is falling apart, Jiang Chulan discovers something even more horrifying. He finds a rogue fighter attacking his own allies. The man has learned how to absorb another person's life force. Every time he kills someone, he becomes stronger. The more people he absorbs, the more powerful he becomes. Jiang Chulan sees two innocent people trapped in his path. He knows he can't simply run away, so he steps between them and the monster. The enemy attacks. Jiang Chulan tries to escape, but the man is too powerful. Then Jiang Chulan makes a completely unexpected decision. Instead of fighting the enemy from the outside, he lets him absorb his energy. The enemy takes the bait. He begins absorbing Jiang Chulan's power, thinking he's about to become even stronger. But Jiang Chulan has another plan. He allows the enemy to take in more and more of his energy. Then, at the perfect moment, he detonates that energy from inside the man's body. A massive explosion tears through the battlefield. The enemy is destroyed instantly. Jiang Chulan manages to survive, but the battle leaves him badly weakened. And while everyone is still trying to understand what just happened, the real story behind Guangxing finally begins to come to light. As the dust slowly settles, Jiang Chulan discovers that the conflict is much bigger than he ever imagined. At the center of it all is Lulong, one of the leaders of Guangxing. But Lulong wasn't always a ruthless enemy. His past is actually filled with pain. When Lulong was a child, he grew up in a strange and cruel family. His family had discovered that the blood of a special woman could give people powerful mind-reading abilities, so they began doing something horrifying. They would take the woman's blood and inject it into their own children. Their goal was simple. They wanted to steal her power and pass it down through their family. Lulong grew up surrounded by this terrible secret, but there was one person who made his childhood bearable. Her name was Xiaowan. She was his closest friend. And eventually, she became the person Lulong cared about more than anyone else. But then something terrible happened. Xiaowan's body was secretly taken over by an ancient spirit named Duan Muying. Lulong didn't know the truth. All he knew was that the girl he loved was suddenly gone. He believed his own family was responsible. To Lulong, it looked like his family had killed Xiaowan, and that belief completely changed him. As he grew older, Lulong turned against his own family. He attacked them and destroyed everything they had built. But he didn't simply kill them. He used his powers to erase their memories. He left them alive, but unable to remember who they were or why they were trapped. In a way, he cursed them to live alone forever. After that, Lulong took control of his own bloodline, and eventually he became one of the most powerful leaders of Guangxing. But there was still one thing he could never let go of: Xiaowan. He wanted to know what really happened to her, and when Jiang Chulan and Feng Baobao finally discover the truth, everything changes. They find the real Duan Muying. She hasn't been dead all these years. She's been kept alive for decades using life support equipment. The moment Lulong learns that Duan Muying is still alive, his old hatred comes rushing back. He believes she is responsible for Xiaowan's death, so he kidnaps her. His goal is simple. He wants revenge. But Jiang Chulan refuses to let him carry out that revenge without learning the full truth. Jiang Chulan and Feng Baobao confront Lulong. Instead of allowing him to kill Duan Muying immediately, they force everyone involved to uncover what really happened years ago. And that's when the biggest secret finally comes out. Jiang Chulan and the others enter a hidden world where time works differently. Inside this strange place, old memories can still be seen and experienced. That's where Duan Muying finally reveals her real plan. She never wanted revenge. Her real target was Feng Baobao. Duan Muying wants the strange power inside Feng Baobao, and she wants her life. Using Xiaowan's stolen body, Duan Muying sets a trap for Feng Baobao. She tricks her into entering a special ritual. The ritual is designed to remove Feng Baobao's memories and take away all of her power. But there's a terrible price. Feng Baobao will die. Jiang Chulan realizes what's happening and immediately tries to save her, but a powerful magic barrier stands between him and Feng Baobao. He attacks it again and again. Nothing works. The barrier is too strong. Every attack hurts him more. His body starts breaking down, but Jiang Chulan refuses to stop. He remembers everything Feng Baobao has done for him. He remembers how she protected him, how she believed in him when nobody else did, how she saved his life, and how she was willing to sacrifice herself for him. Those memories give him the strength to keep fighting. Even when his body can barely move, he refuses to give up. Then, one by one, his friends arrive. Wang Ye comes to help. Then Lulong joins the fight. Even Zhang Lingyu puts aside their differences and lends her strength. Together, they attack the barrier. But even with all of them working together, it's still not enough. The barrier refuses to break. Just when everything seems hopeless, someone else arrives. It's the old master. He looks at the barrier and doesn't waste any time. He raises his hand and delivers a single powerful strike. Boom! The barrier shatters. Duan Miying's power collapses completely. Her plan is destroyed, and most importantly, Feng Baobao is saved. But the battle has taken a terrible price. Jiang Chulan has pushed his body far beyond its limit, and he soon falls into a deep coma. Jiang Chulan remains unconscious for 3 months. Then one day his eyes finally opened. He has survived. But the moment he wakes up, he discovers something heartbreaking. Feng Baobao is there. She's alive. She's safe, but she doesn't remember him. The ritual may have failed to kill her, but it took away her memories. Everything they experienced together is gone from her mind. For Jiang Chulan, this is devastating. After everything he went through to save her, the person he fought so hard to protect doesn't even know who he is anymore. But Jiang Chulan doesn't leave. He doesn't give up on her. Instead, he decides to start again. He introduces himself to Feng Baobao once more. He talks to her. He spends time with her. And slowly he begins rebuilding the relationship they once had. He refuses to let their story end just because her memories are gone. And this time, Jiang Chulan isn't alone. All the friends he made along the way are still beside him. The people who once barely knew him have now become his family. The boy who once had nobody now has an entire group of people standing behind him. And even though Feng Baobao may have forgotten their past, Jiang Chulan is ready to create new memories with her because his story isn't over yet. In fact, it's only just beginning.